feel like since we talking about work ethics and stuff like that, business wise, how do y'all feel about it? You know what I mean? Industry. I need some nuggets for the next generation right now. Like,
I think John need to hit that up. He just finished some business for 9 months.
I mean, you could cover integrity, money, favors you've done. You know what I mean? Contracts. How do y'all feel about contracts? And even communication. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Bad business will step your communication game up. Cause you'll work on you. I ain't gonna be emotional with you. I ain't finna flip on you. Look, next time you call me, I need upfront. Blah blah blah.
I don't like really talking about money. I'm uncomfortable asking for money, because I want them to think, I'm just digging,
problematic,
gold digging, or it's all about get burned. You won't have that problem at all.
If you are comfortable talking to people about money, it's because deep down inside you know that you probably don't deserve to get paid.
Oh yeah, or you don't have intent of doing people right.
Exactly.
Yep. Or you ain't got burned yet.
And it's not on the.
Because you could just have a good heart and be scared. Yeah. But that one time somebody promised you something and you work hard and they give you a $25 check.
It's happened.
It has happened to me. I'm not happened in Durham. In that church over there.
I've got the gold envelope.
I ain't gonna call them out.
I learned. I used to play for a church for $25 a Sunday. And got it at the end of the month.
Oh, bro, you didn't get paid, bro. That's enough.
It did have the time though.
Now I'm gonna tell you this though, and this is what I learned it quick, cause cause my personal experience is like
a while ago though.
Like growing up, we probably talking to John, but like growing up, it's like, it was like we had good musicians at the church, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I hope I get a chance to play. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, when the drummer was sick, it was the greatest time of my life. Like, I get to play drums, you know what I'm saying? And so like, and then the pastor's son was a musician, and he was there for years, And so like he left, and I'm a kid, and they was kind of like, that's a kid. Why are we gonna pay them? You know what I'm saying? And so like growing up, some of my friends around me, they talk about how much you get paid. I get paid $125. I get paid $75, and I'm like, I don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? But for years, it humbled me. You know what I'm saying? And so then when I started making a little money, I was uncomfortable with asking people because it was almost like I didn't know my worth.
Honestly,
you know what I'm saying?
One of my
you just gonna cut me off on the podcast,
my
bro?
fault. Do you think?
All right, bro. Go ahead, bro. But the point I was making was
he gonna keep talking too.
Floor is yours.
We just said what I said.
We just being ourselves on here. But but the point I'm making is like this one church hit me up in Durham and they was like, yo, can you play for this conference? We got a women's conference. And I was like, well, what's the compensation like? And they said, well, we ain't got a lot of money, but what we can do is we can raise an offering for you. And so now I'm stupid, so I'm like, it's a conference. We talking about a lot of people. They gonna raise an offering. Oh yeah, I'm about to play, and they about to be, and everybody about to get. Nah, I no lie, I go to the.
I'm getting the offering.
Yes, no lie. Look, I'm about to play real good tonight.
I don't eat chicken.
No lie, I go to the service like the lady's preaching is like. No offense, and I'm just gonna be honest. This was really getting on my nerves about church. It's a women's conference, but really what they doing is just bashing men, like the whole time. Like, what's really wrong with y'all women is you think you gotta have a man for everything. You need to empower yourself. You don't need no man. Men ain't nothing. Yeah, we ain't talking about that right now. That's another conversation. But like, and look. So I started playing real good. You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the joint, they raised the offering, and my man gave me an envelope. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had a heart to look at it in the car. You know what I'm saying? I got to the dorm room, bro. I had a check for $25.
Yeah, you gotta check
a
that.
Check.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
You got to check.
Go ahead, now. He said you can go now.
I don't even remember.
Picked up his phone. He don't even want to talk no more.
All right, so contracts. How y'all feel? I know before we didn't want to mention it. Certain homies, you doing a favor.
John was supposed to be talking.
How you feel?
Depends on what kind of contracts you talking about. Because like contracts, like if you have your own band. I know a lot of us have at least done things because in Durham and the Raleigh-Durham area, it's a lot of opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you have your own group, right. and somebody's like, I want you to play at my spot, or I want you to play for this wedding, or I want you to play at this reception, or whatever it is, or I want you to do this festival. Yeah, you need contracts. You need that joint to be contracted because you need to make sure that you're in a situation where you're not losing out. You know what I'm saying? That you get compensated
on you.
Yeah, bro. People, all quick, and things change up last minute when you don't have agreements and something written with people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's you know, you got to be real serious about that. A lot of times, you know, people learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? You don't have contracts, and I learned that by renting my drums out to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna say no names. It's an older dude. One of the older dudes from the area, you know what I'm saying?
One of the OGs.
You know what I'm saying? He know who he is.
Loading equipment, boy.
Yeah, man. But I had a like when I
about loading equipment. Don't do it.
When I came to Durham, I had brought my drums with me. I had like some like this old DW hi-hat stand, but I had it for like mad long, like basically my whole childhood. You know what I'm saying? Because it was DW. It's gonna last. I had this joint for so long, bro. I loaned my kid out my hardware. Dude was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay you for every gig." The dude kept my joints for like it was some weeks, like it was a minute. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you like $50 a gig or something like that." You know what I'm saying? This dude ended up giving me like $50 one time after having my drums for mad long, and my hi-hat stand was broke, like broke. Like, yeah, it was like something was crazy. So it was like, that's what you need to have stuff.
I forgot.
Oh yeah, that was rough though. I was around when that happened. Yeah, that was rough though. That was rough. That really happened.
I was like, this nigga.
J-Man, yo.
Hey, to God be the glory.
What happened? The people don't know what happened, dog.
To God be the glory.
He let somebody borrow his
I
joint.
let somebody borrow my boy, man. I mean, you know,
Allegedly.
And it got stolen from them.
they got stolen. I mean, bro.
Did he help you
When I
look
tell
for it?
you,
Lesson learned,
Bruh,
musicians.
if he helped you look for it, he got that junk, bro.
That's right.
Oh no! I was
but the
there.
thing
I was
is,
around.
I did the research.
And see, so here's my
I
thing
did
though.
the research.
As a
I
lesson,
called the police, you know, all this stuff.
musicians.
Hey, I did after that. I just put it in God hand. Hey, he gave me. He
I mean,
gave
you
me.
learned your
trust.
lesson though. You learned your lesson.
Yeah, I learned my lesson, man.
That works. I mean, that right there, down to that. Like, what's one highlight and one nightmare? So, I mean, that sounds like that's a nightmare for you losing the whole 88 keyboard.
Man.
You know what I mean? So,
And I would give it to him. You know?
what's a highlight and what's a nightmare turned lesson? That was a lesson for you.
Well, I ain't got to highlight a nightmare, but I got a lesson though. It's like you really got to know the people that you are around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like speaking of contracts, like I mean, there's a lot of gigs I do without contracts. You know, but I've been in this area for a minute, and so I know the temperament of some of the people. And I don't be out here doing no gigs and the person ain't vetted. Like I don't care what they talking about.
Yeah.
Like if somebody call me for a gig, I'm like, "What you talking about?" Oh, okay, da 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 da. I'm calling 2 or 3 people to be like, "Yo, you know this person? Yo, what's up?" Da 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 da. You know, so that's one thing too. You gotta be friendly and network out here, so you can know what you get yourself into. And like, if you got gear that you work hard for, like cats will make you feel like it's your responsibility to let you use their stuff. But it's like,
I mean, or if I even gotta ask you to get my stuff back.
Yeah.
that's the problem.
I never
Like,
understood.
you don't have to let people use your gear.
Yeah,
Like
I've been in that
I can
situation
count.
too with the same dude.
I can like count how many. I can count how many times I let people use my stuff.
I
One dude I let use my stuff because he lived behind me,
yeah.
and it's like, oh, come on, you ask
You
me
know
what
one
you
thing.
want to.
You know
You
one
live
thing.
right behind me. What are we
You
doing?
know one thing I never understood though is like, if you let somebody, however it works, like you let somebody borrow something, or you supposed to pay something, or you lend out something, whatever it is, like you lend out your stuff, like that person they asked you then, they got it then, you know, you came up on your end, like you provided, you know what I'm saying, and then when it comes, you know, vice versa, it comes for them to, you know, pay off that debt to you. It's like it's a problem or something. It's like, but you know, I can't. I fulfilled your needs and everything, but you know, damn, when it comes time to, no,
We talking about a woman.
come on,
We talking about a woman.
It's so many.
no.
Let my man live, yo.
I mean, music is love though, but you know, whatever.
It's so many
But
words.
no.
Don't lend out your gear.
But real talk, that's your answer. Like if they do that, like don't let them use it. Like
Oh yeah.
like if I got somebody and it's like that,
Boy,
it's
I
like
just called my name just now.
if
Oh yeah, but if you
Let's get mad.
somebody giving me a problem, that is just no. I'm not letting you use that for
Top
what?
all this? Nah.
I work
No,
for
it's
it.
I don't
only
even know
a
my gear
couple of
anymore.
people I absolutely trust. Like even me and I, man, we'll do. Hey, whatever you need, you got it. Whatever I need, you know, it's
That's real.
that kind of relationship, man.
yeah, exactly.
And it helps when you see them all the time. Like,
I
you
mean,
don't see them all the time.
Yeah.
That's
You hit me
where-
out the blue, yo, bro. I'm in town.
What? Oh, okay.
I think character
That's
has
funny,
a lot
though.
to do with it, too.
I'm in town.
Cause Chucky still got one of my stairs.
That's
Call him out. Call him
Wow.
out.
I'm glad he said
And
that.
Chuck recording at the crib. He using it too.
Wow.
He actually using it.
Exactly. he knows. And he knows. Every time we see each other, he always say, man, you still got my snare. He knows where I live. He ain't came and got it yet. Because
That's what he talking about.
we get right.
Why should he have to come and get his own step?
Why should he have come on?
Because he need to come visit me. That's the other thing. Look, first of all, I'm holding his snare hostage because he got 12. Second of all, I'm holding his snare hostage because he need to come visit me. My feelings are hurt. But no, real talk, I'm sure you got a couple of cables of mine. Like,
Some cables?
come on.
Nah,
Hey,
no,
now,
I don't think so. I got my cables.
Hey, now, tell him.
I ain't in that one, dog.
Cables,
Hey, bro.
they go a long way for us.
Cables.
That high hand stand
Hey,
cable.
they do though.
Them
Hey,
cables be hitting, dog.
these cables, especially what's some other cables?
The Magambis.
Yeah, them things like
Montgomerys.
$60 of the cables.
And look, if you want
Oh,
to
you got a whole load of them
that
though. You
snare
can only
from
use
God
them
by
for your
now.
own
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Literally heard us say,
Yeah.
look, if you want to be honest, I might have bought that snare from him by now. But we ain't
Yeah, it's not that.
and we look out for each other. Shoot, I don't pay for that joint. But nah, he always looking out.
So let me-
Matter of fact, I got your whole drum set.
Well, you
Oh,
bought
no, I
that.
bought
You
that,
bought the
right.
kit. Yeah.
And so he know I ain't got no snare. See, he know we family. That's what we
Look, he was like, I don't got a snare for it. I was like, here, you can hold this snare that I had in the
And
whip.
guess what?
I ain't
You know,
seen
you
it
know,
since.
they'll
Me
do that in a
sick.
minute now. You can hold it. The longer you hold it, it's yours.
So let me ask y'all this on the spiritual side, not even being deep. How has God impacted your career, or how do you feel like He's helped your career advance? I need an answer from everybody.
Oh man, y'all gonna point. All right. So to keep it a band, like even on the spiritual tip, like I feel like God has done more like for my life rather than like He gave me the ability to play and He put me on a gig and He put me in front of people. Like a lot of the qualities I feel like I kind of just been blessed to have, or like the older people around me have instilled in me of just. Because honestly, musically, I'm only like second generation in my family, and then first generation is only like my dad and my cousin. So, and then only two people got it, me and my brother. So like, it's still pretty small in my family. But like, it's just like character traits, like being diligent, going after what you want and like staying focused to that. And I just feel like, even in people, a lot of times when you know what you want to do and you do it. When people see you taking yourself seriously, like they're more willing to push. So like even to back that up spiritually, it's like once you're serious about yourself, like God will elevate the effort you put in and then multiply that, rather than just sitting on your hiney,
Your
and,
hiney.
and just expecting something to fall out of the sky. It's like that's real.
JJ?
Spiritual, man. He's helped me a lot,
Gigs that pay bills.
Yeah, true. Like,
Currently,
And
off paying tithes, like getting back into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I slipped. Yes, I did. I fell astray, but get back into it. You know.
Your boy backslid.
Get back into it. Like I be praying. I be like, Lord, I just want to get more out there, even though I don't be out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to have more time that I could be out there, and things just start happening. Like I catch gigs, I start seeing people that I used to chill with, like be cool with, back in the day or whatever. But you just, it's like you give me, I give you.
You give a big room for you.
Nah, that's real. Yeah, that's real.
That is real. For me, I here's how I think of it. How I look at things. I feel like, for me personally, I can say this for a lot of musicians, but for me personally, I feel like God has put something in me, and He's already opened the doors that need to be opened. I think now it's just a matter of me following that light, following that path. You know what I'm saying? To the victory side. You know what I'm saying? Not to be deep, but I just feel like it's up to me at this point to kind of do what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what I need to focus on instead of focusing on other things. You know what I'm saying? Put myself in right positions, working hard, practicing. I feel like that's where I'm at this point, because once you start doing that, you can see that the doors are just opening. And you're like, well, maybe if I continue to do that, maybe some more doors are open. But that gets hard, you know. Sometimes you kind of, like you said, sometimes you kind of fall back. You know, you kind of get comfortable in where you are, and you kind of, you know, stray off a little bit, which is it's human, it's normal. But for me, I really think that that's kind of what's happening, because like once I see myself really pushing and trying, and even living right has to do with a lot too. Not to be funny, but but sometimes I would say, in certain cases, for certain people, I would say, sometimes living right matters. You know, because I know a lot of guys out there that I know is not living right. That's out there making so much money. You know what I'm saying? Working, but that, you know, that's them. But for me, I think, you know, living right, doing what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. I think that'll just put me on the right path to those doors that are already open for me. That's what I think.
You about to preach, ain't you? Well,
I'm just gonna tell the truth. Let me tell the truth.
I mean, man, when I think of, you know, the impact God had on, hallelujah. I'll be coming from Acts now. I'm playing, but no, man, really, man. I mean, I'm gonna just put this under like musician, man. Like, I just always go way back to who was God, you know, right hand man, and that was Lucifer, which was a musician, and you know what I'm saying. And I always think about that. Us as musicians in this career field, it's like a lot of people don't understand, you know, the regular job, doctors and all that stuff, but they don't understand that we do have a big role. You know, what we're doing is like, you know, ministry. It's like spiritual stuff, like, and for that reason, I feel like, you know, we have to have God close, because think about it, you know, us as musicians, the first thing is, you know, is the dirty money, like Lucifer, and, you know, trying to pull us down. We're always going to be attacked because of what we're doing, and it's like, that's why I stay close to God and my music, like, and I mean, if you have His Spirit, that teaches, you know, how to, I mean, coming up in church, you're taught how to express or flow through the Spirit and things like that. So, like us as musicians, I think that's a very powerful thing when you have God on your side, because you know how to reach out through your music. You know how to express more. You know, even in downtimes and stuff like that. You know, when it's challenging, man. I mean, you just gotta have God by your side to, you know, keep believing and stuff like that. Shondo.
Come on.
Hey, go ahead, E. Say what we passing around this table, right?
We out here, look. We out here talking about God, right? Mm-hmm. I just jumped in and you know, on the Jesus I Love You challenge, Jonathan Nelson, and pops up on my phone on the home screen. Jonathan Nelson commented on it. You know, he loved it, and he, you know,
big time.
Put the fire, you know, emoji.
Probably gonna repost that mug. Get you a couple more thousand followers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a blessing. Okay,
calls gonna start coming, dog.
I'm done.
John, we need to hear from John. Come on, John.
Oh man, you know I'm the second one.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna keep it a band. Y'all all know me. You know what I'm saying? Especially like E, JJ, and Chuck. Y'all know me. Y'all seen me, you know, back in the day. When we used to spend 3-4 nights a week at church. You know what I'm saying? So like y'all know who I am. But I mean, I'm not gonna get deep, because I'm not super religious, but I am mad spiritual. One thing I will say that like is a thing that I think about on a consistent basis. I even got it tattooed on me. But it's just like legit. Like God helps those who help themselves. Like you gotta work hard, yo, and you gotta be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Got to.
Like, don't second guess yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just do what you know is right. You know what I'm saying? It's mad easy, man. People talk about like being Christ, like this, that, and the third. But you like actually think about who Jesus was. Like, yo, he was the realest. Like, he was the realest. Like, everybody he was around was like gangsters and like wild people. But it was just like he was a leader, and he was like he was true to himself, and he allowed people to be true to themselves. You know what I'm saying? And just try to grow as people. So it's like God helps those who help themselves, and you know what I'm saying, be Christ-like from you know, not in a deep way, but from the standpoint of doing right by people, you know? You know what I'm saying? Doing right by people and doing what feels good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let what other people do affect your path, because you know what's good for you. So just, you know, keep moving forward on your own path, and it's like things gonna work out for you, and that's God. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
real.
that's how I feel about it.
I'll even chime in, you know, my perspective. You know what I mean? I'm big on faith. If anything, I ain't no Bible scholar, but I know God and I got my own relationship with Him, especially through experience. You know what I mean? So I know certain stuff was God. I got that call. It was God. You know what I mean? Like, He could have called plenty other people. The homies could have called anybody to do tracking for him. You know what I mean? Your gift, you know what I mean? One of my favorite scriptures, you know, Proverbs 18-16, your gift will put you before great men and stuff like that. And your gift will make room for you. You know what I mean? The whole nine. Big on faith. I did drum lessons. Drum lessons turned into the guy actually being a realtor, and it was consistent too. They even get consistent drum lessons. You know what I mean? That's a blessing. Yeah. He was able to help my mother get a house. You know what I mean? Be her realtor and give her the real info, not try to take over. You know, and in turn help us get a house.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Small stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Big house though.
You know what I mean?
Don't let it fool you.
Favor.
This joint got 2 floors. 2-car garage. You know what I mean?
His favorite, and like I said, bro, like John got one too. Yo, even that as a musician, bro, to be, like my bro Marcus said the other day, continue to graduate as a musician and excel. Like, I'm proud of all of the homies. The homie now, he got the whip, and he been had a whip, but I'm saying he got a whip where he ain't got to think about it. John just bought a house. I've been planning about one, but he bought one. It ain't no competition, but I'm like, yo.
Me and E always been competing with each other. That's
mean?
why we good at what we do, yo. We
Like,
don't play. It's
I'm
like
crazy proud. Meek got a crib, you know. Marcus, he's working on his stuff, and I mean, like everybody, Chuck, all of these, and the house don't define nothing. Material don't define nothing, but it just shows that you consistent. You know what I mean? And growth, man. Like, if we ain't growing, bro, like, we ain't got time no more, son. No, I don't want to share. I don't want to share no more with, you know, nobody who ain't trying to grow in their craft and spiritually.
I slept in. Never mind, yo. This gonna sound crazy.
Testify.
I really did have to sleep in Devontae bed one time, yo. Right up, I ain't had nowhere to stay. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? That did happen. He wasn't there. But I
Okay.
Nah, he wasn't there.
Wow. All right.
He wasn't there.
Thank you for
That changes everything. That changes everything.
Nah, he wasn't there, bro. He wasn't there, bro. Nah,
That's an imperative piece of information.
Details. Yo, you remember, yo, I ain't even had a car for a minute, yo. He used to carpool with me, man, try to figure out how I'm gonna get a rehearsal.
Bitch, we ain't got a Beamer.
Oh man.
I said, bro, you know, gig prices don't went up.
Hey.
Beamer, right?
Yeah, he called me like, hey, you know that maintenance gonna be high, right?
And they encouraging it, not, you know what I mean, just making sure we stay educated
Yeah,
in knowledge, not
for
that
real, though.
hate on my neck. Look, he got the big, yo, come get me, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Word up.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Let's pull up together.
Yeah. But a few more questions.
Let's go to
Skewers. My thing is, like, how does your family respond?
Yeah, you already preached.
How does your family respond to your career? Pros, cons?
I mean, now that I've been all over the world, now they
Of
happy.
course.
You know what I'm saying? You know, now that I don't have to call my mother asking for money. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, for years, I'm pretty sure all of us went through this, except for, you know, y'all super talented, natural born singing ass nigga. Nah, like, you know what I'm saying? My mother used to always tell me, like, you know, my father, yo, have a backup plan, always. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that, you know what I'm saying, having a backup plan was just having an excuse to fail. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody I know that have a backup plan end up falling on that backup plan. Or end up padding their backup plan more than they end up putting behind their actual career. So it's like, like I said, I never had a job. I was like, nah, I'm gonna do music. I ain't doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna put everything I got into this. And, you know what I mean?
You have that backup plan.
That's what it takes, though.
You kind of rely on that, you know, like, all right, so if this don't work out, you're gonna keep, as a musician, you're not gonna always get that thought, like, what if it don't work out? What if I don't get this? I got a backup.
Next thing you know, your whole campaign contaminated with doubt.
You know, my mom always told me, you know, have business at your backup. You know, think business minded. Which I took that advice, but I incorporated it into the music. Like, all right, how can I do, you know, good business with music? I'm sure everybody always hear from their people, like, you know, my mom, she will always be like, you need to start tearing the highway up. You need to start tearing the highway up. Yeah. I'm like, I'm out here trying to get gigs. I'm trying to pay.
Wilson to Durham.
If you think about it, though, it's a regional thing.
Right, they be driving.
No, if you think about it, it's a regional thing. Like, looking at where we live, you know, North Carolina, it's not like a entertainment capital like, you know, Atlanta, New York City, L.A. So our family and friends, like, not even, like, trying to, like, shun nobody, but, like, a lot of them have never seen somebody make a living off of music. Now, if this was, like, L.A. where you got actors and basketball players, like, you know, a lot of entrepreneurs and stuff, but it's just, like, here it's just, like, all right, go to school. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not shunning it at all. Like, get your bag. But, like, the norm down here is go to school, get a job, go work for somebody else, and sit down, shut up.
And play drums on the weekend.
When you got time, set up in the garage.
At the church. I'll even go a little further, because my parents, they weren't cool with me just being a musician, and we grew up around that. We was in church with, like, musicians, like people that are just musicians and that just work, travel every day. Our pastor was a musician who traveled every week somewhere. So they seen the life, they understood it, but they didn't really want that. They didn't want me to take the chance, right? They always encouraged me. They bought me instruments, and when they could. But I don't think they fully wanted me to take that full chance. Like, they always was like, find a backup plan, which I respect. But what I had to learn was, you can't give 50-50 to your backup plan in your future. You got to give 100 and 100. Yeah. Like, you have to find 100 for both. You have to. Like, me being a teacher, I'm doing two things that I love to do, right? I went to school to be a teacher. I went to school for English. So I'm an English teacher. I teach, I do music. I give 100%. I make sure that I have time and that I give 100% to both. And if you don't, then you're gonna fall into that. My backup plan is my first plan. It's just gonna happen. Sure.
Well, I think the other thing too is, like, I have a motto that I try to live by is, like, practice hard so you can work easy. So it's like, it's not that you really want to have a backup plan. It's more so just be good enough so you have options. You know what I'm saying? And I think being, like, down south, or if you want to call it, or like in North Carolina, it's like a lot of our families don't know about the options that there is when it comes to music. Like, all they know about is, like, you play them drums in church, boy. You play that organ. You know what I'm saying? I guess you're going to be a music teacher. And it's like, nah, there's a lot of jobs. A band director. And I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not knocking it because, I mean, first of all, the moment you talk, the moment you speak, the moment people are listening to you, you are teaching. The question is, what are you going to teach them? So I'm not knocking teaching or education, because that's what it's all about, But it's like if you like, there's so many jobs that we don't think about, or growing up in the South. It's like everything you watch, like, somebody made that ringtone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now cats is like, you would do a whole lot of stuff. We record our own music, make it our own ringtone, but, like, somebody thought about dig-a-doo-doo, whether that came from some symphonic piece or whatnot. And they rich now, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody in the world know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm a big boy, so I'm going to bring it up. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Everybody know what that is, bro. Like, somebody thought of that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think the person that made nationwide, I don't think the person that made that, like, that's the extent of their ability. Like, they probably got a whole lot of, like, for all we know, the person that made it,
they probably got a reggae album that nobody listened to.
Right.
That's real. That's what I was talking about with being. That's what I was talking about earlier with, like, Dad, I keep forgetting it. But, like, being a musician and, thinking business minded, like that kind of stuff like that, like, even me being a band teacher, that's not something I really signed up for, but it was presented to me after. And I'm like, Dad, like, I just walked into the joint and I'm like, all right, I ain't ready for this, but I'm going to try it, But my thing is, I always wanted to do, like, my own academy. I want to, the same thing we're doing now, trying to motivate and inspire. Like, that was my biggest goal. Like, even as a musician, I said, like, if I can't, I always just say, like, if I can't get there, like, to where I really want to be, then I wouldn't have a problem with helping others get there, because I know what it takes. And if I can get them at that young age, like going into it, then they'll be okay.
But I mean, but the other thing too is like we got to be honest with ourselves. Like you just said, what you always wanted to do was have your own academy and like give back.
On Facebook Live the other day,
you know,
with a wig on.
You stupid.
For his high school
But like the thing is, you said that
Yeah.
you wanna give back. You know what I'm saying? You want to have an academy, and so like sometimes we get caught up. Sometimes as musicians, it's like because we're competitive and because we have friends around us, we be like, man, I want to be real good. Like I want to be the best. Like I want to be the best. I want to be the best. And like sometimes if you be honest with yourself, it's like, no, I really want to do this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you shouldn't work on your you should work on your craft, but you, like you said, it's like I feel like the reason you was like, oh wow, I didn't think about doing this, but I'll do it, is because you see it ties into your end game. If I want to start an academy, what better way than me to be a part of an academy?
That's exactly why, you know.
Figure it out. But if that wasn't your end game, like if your end game was like, I want to be Oscar Peterson, you know, or I just want to go on tour every day. Like, I feel like we all, you know, superficially have that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, we all have an end game that has nothing to do with like actually sitting on the instrument, if we be quite honest. But I feel like if your end game wasn't an educational piece, when that was presented to you, you'd be like, nah, I ain't doing that. You know. Right. So it's all about like again, you know, being crafty enough. How creative can you be? Have those options. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you can figure out and be honest with yourself. Like just because you teaching, or just because you working as a janitor, or just because you know what I'm saying, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean you ain't good, or you making the wrong mistakes. You start talking about God, it's like she got you right where you supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
For real though, for real.
Yeah. John, you was about to say something?
I don't remember. No, I don't think so.
Well, one other thing that I wanted to ask, since JJ over here being real quiet.
Quiet,
play loud. You know what I mean?
2 B's.
I done seen him play with a 7-piece band. Who are some musicians in the area y'all proud of? You know what I mean? Like let's shout them out, like straight up.
Golly. I feel like if we start this, like, let's go open up the door to leave somebody out.
Look, and don't get offended if we
I'm proud
forget.
of our generation, bro.
Yeah.
Like we did, like the older generation, bro. I feel like low key they don't really look out for us, yo. Just keep it hot. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's old heads
Keep the block hot.
that have looked out for certain dudes. You know what I'm saying? But for the majority of the generation that's come before us, bro, they don't look out for us, and we end up looking out for each other. But it's a lot of cats like, that nigga Cheese. Definitely, like, you know what I'm saying? When I came out here, you know what I'm saying? Everybody used to talk about Cheese, but he was like a nigga I'd never seen. He was like always in the back end. Never used to see this dude. And everybody was like, the best drummer is really Cheese. Like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, he was really about it. And that dude is, I've seen him more being on the road and in the airports and on gigs at festivals than I've seen him play out here. That dude is out here doing it, bro, for real. So it's like, yeah, that's just one dude, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I got to shout out my boy, man, Jamario, man. Like, he basically about raised me as a musician, for real. Like, Jamario, artist, playing for Bruno. But he basically, like, man, I mean, from 12 years old to now, like, when I was playing saxophone, man, like, it would be, like, rehearsal. I mean, the thing is, it was tough love. And from then to this day, like, tough love, like, yo, he stopped the middle of rehearsal and like, yo, y'all gotta get in the pocket. You gotta play by the field. You're not playing by the field. All the way to like when I asked him, I'm like, yo, Mario, I want to play bass like you. Like, yo, let me get a bass. Nah, man, you don't know how to play bass. You don't know how to play that yet. And then like when I start investing, the thing is, he knew like if you want to do it, you gotta do it. And it's like when I start investing in it, like the time and stuff and started playing, it's like, all right, here, you can take this bass. All right, here's another one. All right, I want you to work on tone. Take this. Whatever. And it's like, I got to shout out to him, man, because he really shaped me as a musician.
Me, I think I'm really proud of a young cat coming up on drums. His name is Quentin Schaffner. I don't know if y'all know him.
Shout out to Quentin.
Man, shout out.
Boy, cute.
Man.
He's official. He's going far.
Yo.
Greensboro.
Greensboro.
Yo, he's like, he's a solid killer, man. He don't really talk much, unless you like in his space. Real humble. And he love God, man. That's another thing, man. He never gets credit to anybody else, but but God, and he's really serious about what he does, man. And I literally watch him, like literally watch him, just play. And when he plays, it's like I feel it. You know, some guys that they play, and they sound good, but sometimes you just can't feel it. You know, but I can feel when he plays the drums all the time, and doors are starting to open for him. And it's only really the beginning. So if you listen to this, that's real.
Yo,
I
he
really
dope.
can see that, yo.
He real
strong,
dope.
man.
Just
Played
the
with him
beginning,
like
bro.
maybe 3 times.
Oh, he like that. Sorry.
Bro, strong, bro.
Heavy foot or heavy hand? Yeah. Son, eat it. Pause. Solid.
Solid, man.
Yeah. Now, you got anybody?
Oh man.
I mean, and we keeping it 100, bro. Listen, we forget you, we're still love. We dap you up when we see you. But, we just shout out people we proud of and we see major improvements from, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Shout out to Paco, you know what I mean? Tyree.
Yeah.
Doing this thing, bro.
Yeah, he out here with everybody.
With Kodak and,
Some of everybody, man, doing his thing.
Out here.
I want to shout out Trey too, man.
No. I got
Trey
you.
Rayford.
Yeah, Trey's the
Trey
homie.
Rayford is working.
Nah, shout out to the bro, Bert, man. Bert.
Miranda, no name dropping, but that's just, we gonna give him the accolades, bro.
Yeah, man, Bert doing his thing, man. Bertrand.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Bertrand, man, took a chance on me when, honestly, looking back, bro, that was risky. I honestly, I don't know why he did, but, like, he spent time where he groomed me, like, told me the stuff that a lot of the older cats wouldn't. And, like,
Bro, low-key, I feel it. I've only played, like, 2 gigs with Bertrand in my whole life. And, like, those were probably, like, the only 2 times that I've seen him.
oh, you're not just gonna see Bert in the supermarket, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
so, like, but he was, like, one of the most encouraging dudes that I had met. And it's like, for you to be so good, I've never met somebody that was so encouraging and so good at the same time. It's like, are you real? Like, you helping me and you telling me I sound good? Because I automatically was like, oh, this about to be bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to be trash.
Meat is like that too, yo. Like anytime, like I be on the gig and I'm nervous. I'm like, do they like me? Like they're not really saying nothing. Like I don't know if they feeling me, and I be like, nah, bro. It's like be you. Like they didn't call you for no reason. Like you in here. Like if they wanted somebody else, they would have called somebody else. Like Meat always like keeps like the waters calm. Lets you know what's up.
I remember the first time I filled in at the River, man, playing with Bert, man. I was nervous, boy. I'm like, man, 'cause I hear so much about the dude, and I'm like, I don't know what type of guy he is. And the very first thing was like, hey, man, we're gonna have fun, man. Play BU, whatever. And it's like, that broke the ice for me. I'm cool.
You was playing bass?
Yeah.
Woo! Yes,
man.
sir.
Crit, shout out to him too, man. It's like, he grew respect for me. Like,
Over there with the big bro Rick.
Man.
Rick too.
Yeah,
Oh,
word.
yeah,
though.
Rick.
Word.
Man, Rick has hit me up for a bunch of fillings for him that I've never been able to do. But it's like, he's somebody that'll call you. And it's like, when I first came out here, I was like, oh, this nigga. He was one of them old head niggas that I was like, you don't talk to that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, nah, like lately, you know what I'm saying? The past couple years, so it's like, I guess dudes really became like adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rick has definitely been like mad encouraging to me too. I seen him at Chick-fil-A. He was just like telling me stuff, and I was like, man, I never knew that you felt this way, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's real.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, it's real hard. You know what I'm saying? Like you saying like calling somebody out or singing somebody out. You know what I'm saying? Like now, so you make feel like you're gonna forget somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody encourages everybody. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm mad encouraged by the people in this room. You know what I'm saying? Like Jamin picking up bass. I've been trying to play bass in secret. You know what I'm saying? And he out here actually gigging. I'm like,
Matter of fact,
this nigga playing. Yo, I got to share. Like I
playing
need to be
bass,
better than him. Like you know what I'm saying? I did,
Jamin pull up one of the dudes to
and it's
call.
like nobody won't call me for no bass gigs. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I play on my track though. So, you know what I'm saying? But, right. But like, I mean, I don't know who I could really single out, but like, cause like also it's hard for me to single people out because like I said, I was born and raised in Fayetteville, but like I was the church I was a part of like.
So you went to J. Cole church?
Huh?
You You in the check?
Nah, but like I'm coaching growing up, and so like we used to come to like Raleigh and Durham a lot. So it's like it's so many older cats that like, and then that's the other thing too. I kind of know who to shout out when it comes to that, cause like some of the cats was jerks, you know what I'm saying. But I was the kind of cat that's like, I could probably still call them out because they wouldn't show it to me, but I stole it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was that kind of cat. Like okay, you know. But I guess I could shout out one dude that is like one of the first dudes I met when I came to Central, and he like explained, he like opened my eyes. Huh?
I said Ed Palantonio.
Nah, he like opened my eyes to really understand like what they were saying. I don't know how to explain it, but like if you're a keyboard player, you know about reading charts. Like he was the first dude to say, "Hey, look, bro. When you see that looks like this on the piano. When you see that, that's a 2-5-1. That ain't nothing but when we do this in church. That's a minor 2-5. That's when we do this sound. You know, do 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 do. I was like, oh, that's what that is. And so I'm gonna shout out my boy Bill, like William Bill.
Billy.
Bill.
He's like,
William.
he's a killer on keys. He's a killer on keys. But like, if it wasn't for like him, like when I came into school, it was like initially it was like, yo, I just don't know what y'all talking about. You know, and he really just broke it down. So within like 2 to 3 weeks, it was like, or like a week, it was like, oh, I can read this chart because like I understand what it's saying though, even though I wasn't, you know, like able to like you know, kill it. I was able to understand, you know. So I want to shout him out. But other thing I want to shout out is like I know all these guys on this podcast personally, and they be trying to like talk it down. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to sound like they mothers and they pastors in the pulpit. But like all these cats in here is bad spiritual. Like, I mean, they say it and they try to just be like, you know, but they don't want to say it. But like, I know these guys. Like, I see these cats here in tears, you know, in the church house. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to act. They try to act a little hard on the podcast, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are real men, you know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be fake.
You can see the homies churching on the instrument. When I sing now, John, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, they're not going to be your super churchy crowd and just bust out in the shout and be, you know, all that stuff that you see in church. But like, I know for a fact, like, these dudes, like, have a relationship with God, you know what I'm saying? And they pray. And they think about and are sensitive to when they play, because like I would call any of these guys to play with me in a church service. And like, you know, the thing about me is like,
and I'll show up because
right.
I'm definitely not showing up to nobody's church service.
Straight
right.
up.
But the thing is, they also but the thing is,
y'all laughing.
But the thing is, I'm not gonna call nobody that's gonna get on my nerves and not understand the spirit that can't flow and don't have no, you know, they're not in tune. Like John is saying he ain't gonna show up nobody's service, but that's not because he not saying, like, that's the other thing that get on my nerves too. As musicians, like, people always want to think just because we ain't got our hands lifted and we ain't crying and shouting and that we ain't praising God or that we don't know God.
That's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation. But if you want to be real. And anybody that's truly enlightened and have a real relationship with God,
that's a small percentage.
It's like that's a small percentage. You'll get to a point that you kind of get tired of going to church. You know what I'm saying? And so like,
I keep my job.
You know what I'm saying? But so the fact that he's saying he don't go to church, like some of y'all will take that and be like, oh, see. But like what it really means is his eyes is open. You know what I'm saying? And everybody can't deal with everything that's going on in church.
What's the thing? Like, as musicians, we see so many parts in church that it's like people in the congregation. I think anybody that's involved in church, it's like whether you're a trustee or something, you have some kind of job or title in church, you see things firsthand. And it's like the majority of those people just live and thrive. They love it, but it's like.
And it's like, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, like, especially, like, I ain't taking it from you, like, when you're an organist too, and cause like, if you get a real relationship with your pastor, you gotta spend time with him to really kind of get.
You gotta learn them.
You gotta learn them. But watch this though, I've been with the best of them, and I see what they say in the corner, and I hear how they talk, and I hear how they separate the money, and I hear about how when they say God saying such y'all, cause they want to count the money. See, I'm going too far. I'm telling stuff now. But the thing is. It takes a special kind of person to kind of know that stuff and still stay and then like separate it. So it's like even though I'm in church, like I constantly have to do things to kind of like get a rejuvenation, like, and get myself back in order,
Yeah,
like,
man.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you ain't got to play in church, get out of there.
Yo, but no, speaking of that though, man. Speaking of that though, for real, man. Like with, I think that's the biggest problem in churches now. It's like a lot of people want your business, they want your work, but no relationship, no actual. You know,
Hey,
with
yo, my bad,
with
bro. Keep
nah.
going on, man.
I mean, with the pastor, you know what I'm saying? With the pastor thing, I'm gonna tell my situation. This happened like 2 weeks ago. I mean, I played at church. We supposed to leave at like what 10, 20. It's only an hour and 20 minutes. You know, we played. You know, sound was out, so I left. I left early. Sound was out. What else can I do? You know, the sound went out. You know, the digital processor went out. Whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'm a dip. I dipped at like 9:59. Anyway, so I get a call though. I get a call from the lady. I'm like, as a musician or MD, you shouldn't have your pastor or whoever shouldn't be this far in contact for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that far. Like, somebody else got to call me. Hey, pastor, want to know why you left early.
That's crazy.
Tell pastor, call me.
That's
You know
real.
what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like that stuff
Bother
kind of
you that
damaged.
much.
It damaged me because I'm like, yo, all right. So now you think you like this high? Like I gotta go through so and so to call you. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man.
I'm gonna say this, bro, and I'm gonna be through with it, bro. Like I'll never forget. I was in the green room one day for it was some jazz festival, and one of the older guys I look up to, Darnell, his wife had said something in the green room, and I was just like, I was stuck. I was like, it was really profound. And she was saying, especially in church, like a lot of people, especially like the older people, like the clergy, the mothers and stuff, they don't really know the difference between, a kid, a good musician, and a professional musician. And they're all very different. Like if you grow up in that church, and let's say you grow up to be like 22, 23, you still viewed as a kid because, you was just playing, and then I don't see why, I wasn't paying you yesterday and you want me to pay you today. But even when you got good musicians, the older guys, like you said, with the jobs, who don't really have a desire to, do all of these secular things out there, But like, even like the difference between a good musician and a pro musician is not their skill set. It's like you said, there's a lot of good musicians out here who will like outplay anybody out here on the road, but a pro musician is like, as far as like having their time like fully like being used, because like that's probably like one of the most precious gifts we have. So like just understanding like, if I'm gonna spend this amount of time here on a weekly basis, it's not because I know I'm in church. Anywhere I'm gonna spend the majority of my time in a week, it has to show up in my bank statements. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if this is what you do, you're a pro musician, and you tell churches I need X amount of dollars this week, it's not 100% of the time, but for the most part, it's not that we're trying to take advantage of the congregation, nothing like that. But it's like, this is naturally what we do, and if you're not gonna pay that, then I'm gonna take what I do, maybe not to another church, but if I'm out this weekend, this is what I do. Like if a doctor had to do a surgery Sunday morning, nobody not gonna say nothing. Right. So like it's really the same thing, and it's probably one of the largest like musician misconceptions like in church.
Yeah, man. People don't respect musicians as a job, and especially in the church. They don't.
But it's a regional thing though, because you go out in LA and you say, oh, matter of fact, I just got a 4-month tour with Katy Perry or somebody. Like that happens every day out there. So like they don't really hear it the way you would.
Yeah, man.
The thing, and I think about the stuff we using too, man. Like this equipment ain't cheap, man. Some of this stuff is.
Say that, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but that'd be the first mistake too.
$400, but John symbol's $400.
But listen though, but that'd be the mistake too. Like
symbol,
you gotta,
bro.
And they break like sticks.
But that's the other thing too. You gotta live and learn too. It's like I done got to a point now, like, cause growing up, it was like, yeah, I'm bringing my keyboard, bro, and that stuff you break in the church. He's like, you get smart. Wait a minute, church. What y'all gonna buy for your church?
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to buy that. Guess we'll be playing tambourine.
Straight
like,
up.
You know what I'm saying? You kind of got to get to that point. Like, quick story. I had a homie of mine that started playing in church. Like when it first started, he was bringing his keyboard. You know what I'm saying? The church got comfortable. 9 years later, He's still bringing his keyboard. They done got a new building. They done redid the paint job. And he's still bringing his keyboard. Like, well, there's nothing wrong with that because that's what he allowed. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at somebody if you allow them. I'm allowing you to slap me in the face, so why would I get mad at you?
Yeah.
You know. But what happened was when he finally was like, "Yo, I'm about to take my keyboard home." You know what I'm saying? Well, why would you? We've been looking out for you. We've been, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, he should have never got himself in that situation.
Church ain't got
Don't
nothing
take
there.
your symbols to
Ain't
the
got no
church.
business being there.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
That's something you gotta learn. You gotta learn how to make the B8s.
Yes, sir.
Sing.
Straight
That's
up.
how you really learn how to
That's a
get.
fact.
That's when you learn. So you learn that touch.
That's a word. So
That's when you learn that touch. Doc.
Giant penny.
Listen.
Cause you be at a church. I remember, like you said back in the day, it's what you do. It's like you get a gig. It's like, oh, all right, y'all about to pay. I remember, it's like, oh, y'all about to pay me $175 a week to play drums. Like, bet. You know what I'm saying? This was at that back in the day. At that time, where it's like, oh, bet, nigga, that's how.
Right.
$700 a month. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that drum still got the same head on it since 1980.
They ain't changing it, man.
But the thing is,
bro.
but what happens as musicians, we get mad because we taking our gear. But like what that shows to the church, no offense, they just don't value it. They don't know. They don't know no better. And so now you're mad because the church is quote unquote taking advantage of you. But if you really look at it, you're taking advantage of the church because you expected them to fulfill something that they can't fulfill. They don't know no better.
Yeah.
Why am I going to expect you to treat me nice if all you know how to do is treat me mean?
You just told me something.
You know what I'm
I need to
saying?
go ahead and get my boy
But here's right. That's what I'm
he
saying.
about to stop by the church on his way home.
You need to get for real. You need to get this stuff because the other thing is like if you all think about it as humans, if you constantly doing for them and covering up for their mistakes, they're not gonna never learn. They're not gonna get off your couch.
Yeah, $60.
You know, but
Shot in 2 hours a Sunday.
but the other thing too, though, like he said, and this is how you, like you said, and it really makes you a better musician. Let me walk in the church today. They got a Casio.
I'm gonna play that cat.
I'm about to play the snot out that Casio. Then I'm gonna go down as a legend.
Yo, it's
he
crazy.
walked in
It's
the church
crazy
and
because
killed
those
that
are the
Casio.
lessons. Those are the lessons that get you prepared to be on the road, and that's why, like, I mean, if you think about it, like in terms of musicians, like the black church has created more musicians for
the world, bro,
than any other group. Like, there's no other group of people that have created more musicians than black church. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you go on a gig and it's like, oh, they didn't get that backline straight, or you in Indonesia and it's like, this what we got. You know what I'm saying? For the next 150 miles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, that's cool. Because I grew up in church.
It's real.
Like, this is actually kind of sweet. I ain't bad. The hi-hat stand is rusty. Like,
Tape on them toms, bro. You got tape on them toms, dog.
Yeah, this is nothing. I could tool anything in 20 minutes now and make it sound crazy.
Yeah, I went to a church anniversary and played a Casio stack, bro.
Man.
A Casio.
Tell me that brass
like
one in the
Casio
wind, though.
to Casio,
Tell me the
bro.
brass one in the wind, though.
Look, slap bass. Slap bass and piano. I'm like, yo, what?
Real talk. When I was
Right,
growing up, and I'm gonna
smash.
shout him out. If you ever hear this dude named PJ, he was in Fayetteville, like Paul Reagan. Listen. This man put the Yamaha PSR 1 joint on top of a motif. I said, this dude has lost his mind. He put that joint through the system, bro.
Ooh, talk about
I
EQ.
was like, yo, this joint sounds so good. Like, I was like, whoa. Like, and that's when I realized I suck. Like, this man, yo, it sounded so good. Like, so, I mean, that's right. You know, stop acting like you got to be playing a DW set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I done been in the worst.
Word.
I don't
judge,
judge,
bro.
bro.
Come on, go ahead,
I'm
bro.
trying to tell you, bro. I done been playing with hangers, bro. Not regular hangers, like wire
I've
hangers.
seen it.
Wow, dog.
I don't sleep on nobody.
Bro, I'm telling
Piccolo
you,
snares,
bro.
nylon
You
tips,
play them, bro.
sunset down, and play rings around your whole bag.
The whole bed, bro.
it's really, it comes down to the love of it, man. Because once you lose that, you done lost everything, bro.
Yeah, that's real.
If you can't sit down and just enjoy the instrument, whatever it looked like, man, then you need to find a job.
Yeah.
I will say this,
something
man.
else.
Like, I think this is one problem for me, and I'm still trying to get out of it, man. Like, I want to know how y'all feel about it too. Like, if it doesn't sound like how it needs to sound for you, if it doesn't feel the way it feels, does that affect your approach, your playing?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cause like a lot of, and I try to get out of that. Like I'm playing like sometimes if I have a gig on bass or whatever, it'll be like, like my 210. I hate to play through that. It's like I'm not going to get that tone I want, and it's like that's gonna bother me the whole show.
Bro, I'm still learning myself, bro. Like if I sit on a drum seat. Let me be clear, drum seat. If I sit on a drum seat, right, and it's not at the right height, and then sometimes them drum seats don't move.
Yeah,
I'll be like, my plan has suffered. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get out of it, man.
And that's a real thing. Like sitting on the piano bench in the joint right here.
Yeah.
Trying to get out
I mean, what is the answer to that?
I'm gonna tell you this. This is what I was just set to answer. It's like, it's of course it's gonna affect you, like, cause we play music, so everything about us is sonic. You know what I'm saying? The way we hear is the way we feel. The way we play is the way we hear. You know what I mean? So it's like, the thing about it is like you got an unfavorable situation, but how you gonna do? What you gonna do about it? Yeah. That's the real question. Case in point, like Sunday. Hope you don't put the date on here because then they gonna know what church we're talking about. Sunday I went to a church. This guy got on drums. You know what I'm saying? And he was playing drums so he was playing drums like I'm about to talk. He was playing drums just like this. I just was. But it's green if he. But I mean, it's yesterday. Cool. Yeah,
But what's so wild though, bro?
Like, but the thing, you always try to cut me off. But the truth,
3 times, bro.
But the thing is, he was really playing drums like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm on keys, and I could get mad, and it was slowing down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the sound won't good. So it's like, dang.
Chucky don't play about that tempo.
You know what I'm saying?
Not speed up and slow down at all.
Stupid. But the thing is, it's like, what do I do? And then you have to understand who you're talking to. Can he understand what I'm going to try to convey? So it's like, do I get mad, fight against him, and try to kill the game right now? You know what I'm saying? Right. But see, the crazy thing is, I tried that. I hit him with the stop play. He didn't understand. So watch this.
He was like, yeah, Black Power, brother.
So watch this. So the thing is, it was slowing down and all that kind of stuff. So I could have sat there and tried to like overplay, use my body to be like, speed up, don't slow down. Or I could say, we're slowing down. Well, I guess I'll slow down with him. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sitting somewhere and the keyboard is too high, and I can't play like I want to play, well, stop trying to be great. Play the 1, play the 5. Play the 4. You ain't got to play all 13 notes, you know.
You're right about
that. But watch this. We'll say, man, I ain't trying to sacrifice my musicianship. I work too hard for that. You know what I'm saying? But like, what kills that is like, I had a conversation with Maurice Rogers, and he said, if you in church, only about 5% of the people understand what you playing.
Yeah, for real.
Then I had a conversation with Branford Marsalis. He said at a jazz concert, only 3% of the people understand what's being played.
Right.
Branford Marsalis been over the world. I think about take his word a little higher. So that means in church, you probably got 0.5% that know what you playing and or care. So you mad.
They probably standing there watching you anyway.
Right. And so you mad like, yo, they didn't sacrifice what I'm presenting. And the only thing they want to hear is on the hill.
They just want it right.
If you play one note, they good.
So you saying that anytime you're in that situation, the solution is to play simpler? You
got to play the situation.
That's a double-edged sword.
I don't think it's a double-edged sword. You got to play the situation.
Yeah,
now, if I'm getting paid, you got to say, if I'm getting paid for a gig, this is a show, this is a concert. Don't get it twisted. There's plenty of times I'm like, hey bro, I pulled the cord out of a bass. All through the church, bro. You gonna stop today? You know what I'm saying? But it just depends on the because you gotta remember.
Chuck, be serious.
But you gotta remember, regardless of what you play, cats ain't gonna like this. Regardless of what you play, R&B, jazz, funk, Christian rock, R&B, it's all ministry. You know what I'm saying? So you try to provide some type. You try to provide some type of atmosphere. So it's like. You know, like I'll call out. We was playing one time and the drummer was losing. It's like. Bruh. So he started playing like harder, like fighting against the drummer. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, you not helping the situation. Like this man losing. You know. And so eventually I had to talk with him. I was like, yo, chill. And then when we chilled, it was like it kept everybody together. When we decided, at the end of the day, the drummer's the leader of the band. And it's like, but go ahead, you got another perspective. I want to hear.
Hey, now drop the sound.
Because I remember initially we was talking about the drum throne before we took that left on Gear Street. But I was trying to like chime in before we took the left on Gear Street.
See, you got musicians that always want to play out of turn. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But if you're a skillful musician, you know how to get off on gear and then come back and right around.
Cool, yeah, but just backing up to the whole like drum throne, like, you know, levels thing. It's like, even there's been like in situations, you know, when you've been pulled into a situation to do a certain job, and let's say the drummer losing, or your seat too low, or your monitor mix is bad, and like I kind of learned this the hard way. Like, even though, I mean, they dealt you a bad hand, if somebody's recording from the back, they don't know your monitor mix is bad. They don't know your seat is, you know, is not sweet. They don't know you and the drummer are not really like vibing. So on the recording, you can either look at it like, you know, he's giving like a subpar performance, or, you know, like he just made the best out of a bad situation. Because at the end of the day, like, the only person who knows your monitor mix is bad is you. Right. But you're still there to. You
gotta push through.
Yo, this is funny. I want to tell a story, yo, that Chris Crowder has probably told 746 people. But it's his story. Now that's my man, 100 grand, yo. Yo, that's my man all day.
Like, a dope musician, like will steal your gig on bass or drums.
He literally is Mr. Steal Your Gig
or singing
and your side piece. He not gonna steal my girl, but he'll get your side piece though. He'll get the one you're not paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? The one that you forgot about a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, I ain't hit that, bro. Nah, but that's my man, 100 grand for real. Shout out Chris Crowder. He like one of the first young dudes that I met that was like, oh yeah, I've been to Africa 4 times. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he really like that. For real. Real talk. Nah, he really liked that. But he had this story that he told me. It was talking about like actually how he got to play a gig all around the world. He was at a jam session, and they had drums that was like, it was like no drums there, no snare or something. It was like a crazy situation, no foot pedal, like something that's like, oh, you kind of can't play. Like other niggas would just wait for somebody to bring a foot pedal or something like that. But Chris, he said he made the best out of it. The dude hired him because he was able to, you know what I'm saying, turn a little bit into nothing. So it's like, you got to be able to do that.
Right, exactly. Like, I agree. Like, at the end of the day, it's your job, you know what I'm saying, as a musician, to make sure the gig goes over. You know what I'm saying? But we also got to understand and remember, like, as musicians, as drummers, it's like, we work hard. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I want to play the chops. Like, I want to play this lick. I want to set this feel up. You know what I'm saying? But, like, shout out to one of the guys that's, like, killed the game for years, Mike Newell, bruh. Like, listen to records. Mike Newell ain't playing no licks on the West Angeles Judy McAllister records. Yeah. It's straight pocket. And so, not that he can't, but it's like, but you don't miss nothing.
Chuck put me on these records.
And so the question is that the reason I'm kind of adamant about it is like, so you telling me like you not good enough or creative enough to figure out how to work in that environment? That's what you saying? Yeah. You practice hard.
Like that's all it takes to throw you off your game.
Yeah, it's like you practice so hard that you can't play because the monitor mixes ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like I never forget. I never forget. Like I was in like middle school and they like hired me to play for like Fellow State Gospel Choir or something like that. And like I learned the music. We was playing. And it was it was cool because it was like I'm like. Well, how old are you in middle school? I'm like 13, 14,
Not like 12.
12. 13, and it's like I'm playing for like grown folk, and I'm playing, But when we get to the church,
it's probably like 6'3" though.
Yeah, right. We get to the church with no facial hair. We get to the church and it's like I can't hear myself playing at all. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of my first times dealing with that. And it was like, well, for me it was kind of like, oh well, no man, I know what I'm playing. Like I'm in C. Right. I know what to play in C. I'm in C. It's a 1 chord. I'm not gonna hit an A flat. You know what I'm saying? Now I'll probably hit the A flat to make it work. But back then,
you can't do nothing extra, right?
Yeah, you got to play the pocket. You got to play the music.
I agree with that. With the whole feel, look, bro. Even at my church now, bro. Like, and I love my church to death. Ain't no shots, man. It's straight up, and I repeat it. Yo, the sound ain't always sweet, bro.
Yeah. It's church. Yeah, it's church.
I done learned how to read lips.
Yeah.
I'm going to match the praise and worship leader energy in my mix. Some musicians don't like vocals. I need vocals because I want to match their energy. Yeah. We gone. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Spirit hit, we hit. I can't hear. I'ma read lips, bro. And
Yeah.
if I see her bucking, I'm going for it. I don't even put my drums in my mix, to be honest, bro, because I know my drums supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
And they in front of me. I want to hear the homies and I want to hear everybody else. Bro, play off the field.
Bro,
And like you said, push through. Yo, sneak the seat, bro.
Man, I look at it as like
Because it's my fault.
No, go ahead.
It's not gonna be a disclaimer in like the clips saying like, yo, look at these dudes killing.
Sidebar.
But excuse the drummer, like his drum throwing was a little off. But other than that, you know, they
It was one
good.
level too high.
All they gonna see is what you did.
Yeah, all right.
I'm sorry, Marcus.
Oh,
I'm taking a page out of Now's book. You know, time plus time equals influence. Case in point, you know, like drummers, you know, band. It's been 20 minutes. The track ain't right. The track ain't right. The whole church waiting on you because the track ain't right. But if y'all tight, if y'all can tight, you can call them out. If y'all tight, you can play without that track.
Close that MacBook.
It's like we gonna don't get it twisted. I'm like the rest of them. We gonna hit these tracks. We gonna play with these things. We about to mess everybody up in here. But at the same time, I get up on that joint. It's 30 seconds. It's too long. JJ go.
30 seconds.
You know what I'm saying?
You get
JJ
changed.
go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one thing. Like,
JJ the right dude to have on the gig if the tracks go
yeah.
out.
And I feel like,
JJ, just let him off the chain real quick.
but not.
Let him go. Just let him go. Just let him
Right.
go.
But not only that, it's like cats like JJ, John too, JJ and Terry. Like Terry would do something weird. Like you show the church like he ain't got no drum set. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna play
people
congas and snares.
I'm just right. It's like what? But you don't miss nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be creative, have fun. JJ and John are the first drummers like growing up. Cause you know before I was real stick, you a drummer? How you gonna show up without your sticks and your snare and your kick? That's like me showing up to the gig without my fingers. How am I gonna play? You know what I'm saying? But as we got older, like John and Jay used to do weird stuff. Like we show up to the gig about to do a full concert. JJ got one pair of sticks. What are you doing? Like how you got one pair
Yo, I
of
started
sticks?
carrying around one pair of sticks too, cause JJ, it would be a fresh pair though, but he'll come in with one
right.
clean pair of
And
Vaders.
what you say when you ask him,
Like
bro,
some
why
Vader
you only
2D.
got one pair of sticks? I'm not gonna break them. How you know you're not gonna break them? Because I got technique. You know what I'm saying? Or he'll have two, and I'm like, yo, you got another pair? Yeah, I can tell he's about to break. What? What are you? But John and him both would do that.
No, that's
You know, but I feel like you put yourself in situations where you gotta survive. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready to play now. Man.
That's what I said.
I'm ready to
Growing
play
up
now.
in church.
I'm ready to play now, man.
Sticks ain't cheap, bruh. You better use them, Jason. They break, son.
Nah, the point I was trying to make was I kind of look at the analogy as like nighttime. So like, suppose the lights went out in this place that we in, right? It would only take a couple of seconds for our eyes to really adjust to what we see.
That'll preach.
So you really have to. It's really about adjusting quickly to whatever the situation is. So if your seat's wrong, and I'm like I said, I'm still learning. If you're listening to this and you a young cat, old cat, whatever, I'm still learning. So I don't have all the answers, but I know this is kind of what I need to be working on, which is just quickly adjusting to, you know what I'm saying, what the situation is. The track's not working, I need to be able to quickly adjust. It shouldn't take me, 33 songs for me to figure out, you know what I'm saying, how, what's going on, or it shouldn't really take me,
Fall out 8 bars.
Yeah, I'm not going
to figure out, maybe we should just go without it, huh?
Right, you know what I'm saying?
When they start changing the format because you don't know it.
I don't want it. I don't want the congregation to start a clap. One of those. Oh, you did it, baby. We don't want two of those.
You don't even want to hear yourself singled out as the weak link of the band.
Man.
Right. Everybody looking
Now,
at
now I'll look at you quick.
Nah,
it ain't
bro.
sweet.
Chill.
But I'm gonna tell you what really does it though. I'm gonna give y'all a secret. I shouldn't be giving y'all these secrets, and it's the truth. But like most musicians don't want to admit it. These niggas in here might not want to admit it
Drop
either.
the nuggets.
But the truth of the matter, as a musician, we already are, but we try to act like we aren't. But if you're gonna be a good musician and you're gonna be able to adjust and use these animal instincts that we talk about, the thing is, you gotta be sensitive, bruh. Like they don't, niggas don't want to say they got quiet.
I'm
You know,
listening.
amen. Niggas don't want to say it. You know what I'm saying? But like. The real cats that's really playing, they really tight, they sensitive, bro. You're not gonna get them. They walk in the room, they know what's happening in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Like John Curry, he not gonna walk in the room and not know what's going on. John Curry, that nigga, like he walk in the room, somebody else walk in the room, he look at you. Y'all had sex, didn't y'all? Like what? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He ain't never said that. But
Yo,
I was just saying,
that's
but
funny,
like,
'cause I was like, where you going with this? And I'm like,
you stupid. But I'm saying like we all homies and like I've seen them have those conversations. But the thing is, to really be this, you got to be sensitive, bro. Like I'll never forget. One time we had, what was it? Who the girl with the Nina? No. This is sweet. This ain't that bad. The jazz singer. With the bald headed.
If y'all can see what Chucky doing his hand right now.
I know because I don't want to say that on the podcast.
nah,
Not Nina Freelon. Anyway, it was this famous jazz singer came to Central, right? Something happened with the mics or the sound or whatever like that, and so she was like, oh, "Okay," and I hit a note. She was like, "Oh," and everywhere she went, I went. You know what I'm saying? The cats was just like, to people outside the church, they're like, "Oh my God,
he has perfect
how
pitch.
do you do that?"
He's amazing.
But it's like, nah, it's like sensitivity.
These Negroes.
You know what I'm saying?
Talking about Layla?
Right. It's sensitivity because, like, for example, like when somebody's singing, like, you gotta know your people. Like he was talking about, you gotta know your artists. Like certain singers have tendencies when they about to go sing high, they can walk. Some of them look up to the right, they walk to the right. When they about to sing low, they look down and walk to the left. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like the truth of the matter is, you really gotta be sensitive. Niggas don't really want to admit it, but like all these guys in here, like, and I'm just gonna be real. I'm not saying we the only ones, but the niggas that's real good and that are sitting here that's sensitive, and it translates in every walk of our lives. Like when it comes to girls and stuff like that, we know it. Like, come on. I'm not saying we know women. I'm not trying to get to that. But like, you gotta be like, what's up? You alright? You alright? What's going on? Like, you alright? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can feel the temperament. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why, like, John made the point is like, you know, somebody might get your side piece. But the main thing, you know, it's kind of hard, like, cause musicians we're too in tune. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Yeah, man. I want to go back to the shout out, man. I got to shout out Chucky too, man. Like,
yeah, man.
For real, man. Like, when I first got to Central, he was the first guy. I'm like, oh, this is a black guy. I ain't know the theory, ain't killing. Like, you know, cause I'm there. Like, I'm just a church musician. But I'm like, he know church and the jazz stuff too. But you know, like,
He don't know no jazz.
Chuck was the.
I'm just joking. That's our little joke. That's our joke.
Chuck was the first person I looked up to, and it's like, I remember when WPI came to when WPI came to Dad, what happened? Oh man. Oh, we got to talk.
Go ahead, bro.
But when he came, WPI came to my church, my home church. I don't even claim no more. Anyway, I said it on the podcast. But but you know, they came to my home church in Wilson. And you know, this lady, I remember group of three girls, you know, they asked if I could, you know, play keys for them. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yo, this is it. I get to, you know, play in front of Chucky. I'm about to, you know, I'm gonna play like, you know, every musician had that. It's not even trying to impress somebody, but it's like being confident, and it's like you want to show them what you have so you can know what to work on. And you know, that was my mindset that day. And you know, I played, and I remember Chucky coming up to me. He was like, yo, man, you sound good. You know, I didn't know you played like that. You know, you killing, bro. And then that boosted my confidence, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, so now when I go back to Central, I'm able to like actually sit down and play in these workshops and, you know, be able to approach it how I want to approach it because he heard me. He knows my potential, and I'm growing. So big shout out to you, man.
Yeah. Shout out to people that actually create friendships throughout music, man.
Yeah.
Because music is a language in itself. And the ability to actually speak the language fluently to people who you call your friends, you know what I'm saying? Any type of genre, man. It's just like, I think it's just amazing that we can still come together and still be different, but still be the same. Yeah. I think that's pretty dope.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I feel like, you know, we done dropped a good amount of nuggets and some advice. Yeah, the whole nine. And, you know, definitely stay tuned for the Musicians Exchange podcast. This is some of the good homies, the seasoned producers and musicians, some good brothers around here in the RDU area. So stay focused and stay tuned.